Hi everybody, Happy New Year. This is my first video of the new year. It is January 2nd, 2021. This is Audrey, AudryeNow.com. And it's meant to be weekly, is, what am I calling it? Audrey invites you, growth, enlightenment, bliss, and joy. It's meant to be about 30 minutes and pass it around. This is my free gift to help anybody who chooses it to grow and evolve. And this one is Happy New Year! So we are now in 2021. This is a 5-year. 2 is 4 and 1 is 5. 5. 5 signifies change, shift. So this is a year of change. And when we're in a 5, we're dealing with a 5, it's important and it's wise to start creating the changes you would like rather than have the changes foisted upon you. And where does one start? Within the self. Does everyone want to do that? No, not always. But that's where it starts. What kind of a person are you? Ask yourself this. Do you have integrity? How do you define it? Are you honest? How do you define that? Does it go out the window when there's a challenge? Be real. I'm not going to come knocking on your door. This is for you. Okay, although you can take any of my courses, which will help you, or do any of my work with me. But this is for you, for you, for you. I have to do it for myself also. So, I forgot to bring my ephemeris here. So I'm going to scoot later and get it for you. So the January 1st itself was the 7, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's a private number. It's a number where one has to go inside. So the year started, the whole year is a 5, but it started with introspection. Who are we? Who are you? What makes you tick? Is that the way you want it to be? And with all those ones, which every year starts 1-1, okay, January 1st, it's always about the self and having to be responsible. It doesn't have to be ego, but it's about being responsible. 2s have to do with partnership. And if we're doing God, Goddess, 1 is God, 2 is Goddess. It's the male and the female vibration of divinity. Now, I am actually going to carry around this little thing, so you don't see. Here, my plants. So you don't just see a blank while I grab my ephemeris, which I apologize. I didn't bring it with me. Whoops. I left it in this room, I hope. And I want to give you an actual reading about what's going to be going on astrologically on January 6th. Because a lot of people have been concerned about violence. And as an astrologer, if you don't know me, and you may not, I am a clairvoyant. I'm the transformational catalyst. I'm the one who, certainly not the only one, but I'm the one that can facilitate your growth, your shift, your beingness. So I'm called the transformational catalyst. I'm a clairvoyant. One of my clients calls me her life strategist. If you like the word, I'm a psychic, I'm a healer, I'm an artist, I'm an author. I do online courses. I don't know if I've left anything out. I mean, that's kind of enough. And I'm a diversity expander. I love it. I love it that our species has so many different colors and varieties. It adds the zest to who we are. So let's look at January 6, 2021. Just if you've never seen an ephemeris, this is what I am looking at, okay? To decipher that. It's where the planets are at any given moment. And luckily these days we have computers. So I'm going to say that when I remember looking at this, because I don't always remember every little thing that I saw, that there's the potential on January 6th. And why is that important? Among other things, January 5th, I believe, is the day of the Georgian election. And I didn't want to get political, but I want a new I want the Democrats in. I'll just say it. I'm done with what the Republicans have been doing, just done. We need to have fairness. We need to have people being taken care of, and we need to have people also taking care of ourselves. I'm a people too. And those folks, or that vibration of taking advantage of people and lying and cajoling and manipulating and then crying unfair and rigging when the person crying it is the one doing it, and has managed to fool so many people who, in my personal opinion, have chosen to be fooled. Because you can't fool someone who doesn't want to be fooled. You can't do it. It doesn't work. And when anyone's in touch with their inner self, their core, their higher self, if you meditate regularly, you will get there. And yeah, of course, I could help you. And people who don't and want to be fooled, let me tell you, they will be. Have I been fooled? Yeah, in the past. Have I been taken advantage of? For sure. My daughter has told me sometimes I have such a big heart, people see me coming, and some of them pounce to take advantage. Do I think that's the case? Occasionally, but not the absolute reality. So, January 5th, we have the election in Georgia, which I would like Warwick and Ossoff to win. And I've done some work to support that. And on January 6th, which is the day the Vice President of the United States, this is by the United States Constitution, officially, at every new presidential election, the Vice President of the United States on the 6th of January substantiates that the new president, the President-elect, is coming in as president. And then it's like official. And because we have had in office, I call him number 45, because I really don't want to say his name, who, in my professional opinion, as a healer, Reiki master, I got a bunch of titles I could throw out, but I will simply say as a born mystic intuitive, which I am, and light worker, whatever words, okay? As a born that. The person in the White House, number 45, that one, is pathological, sociopathic, and egomaniacal, and a liar, and a manipulator, and insecure a lot. And so he yells and screams and carries on and has pity parties and manipulates, and he's born on an eclipse, so he's got vibrational energy. And had he used who he is for positive and good, this man could have done a lot of good. Instead, he's created mayhem and chaos. And he is so insecure and has been brought up in such a way and has not do anything to get beyond the genetic karmic patterning, what I call GKP, to go beyond negative conditioning, which everyone has to do, by the way. He's put himself in a bind and manipulated people who choose to follow him. Nobody makes them. Choose to. Whether they're the ones in politics who are afraid they're going to lose their position because they think he's so almighty powerful. Whereas if a number of them just let go, he would lose his power. It's actually that simple. And if they started really speaking and making memes and getting on television, 45 would start losing his power, because the people that have been seemingly hypnotized would begin to, like, some of the veil would be removed from their eyes because they'd be hearing other opinions. Anyway, so, on the 6th, when the vice president officially says that the president-elect, this is every presidential election, is the new president, fairly, that's when it's official. So some people, some of the Republicans are wanting to challenge that. And as you know, you have to know at this point, and if you don't, I'll remind you, that 45 has been doing that for quite a while. There have been court cases. They've all been thrown out of court. None of his lawyers, including the one that used to be the mayor of New York City, where I am from, and a worse mayor would be really hard to find, by the way. We did not like him as mayor, and that's Giuliani. Did not. And I certainly didn't. And So they're looking to thwart this. They're not going to, but they're looking to. And there are some people, acknowledged racists, who run around with guns, in my opinion, in a way that really should be illegal. We should not have people with guns threatening governors of a state who are following laws to help people be safe from COVID, and instead others get angry and threaten to kill them. That's just, to me, honestly crazy. So on that particular day, the day that the vice president is to okay the president-elect, January 6th, 26, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wow, that's an 11 day. I hadn't even figured that out. 11, let me see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's 2, 4, 5, 6, and 6 is 12. It's a 3-day communication. It's a 3-day. Anyway, that day we happen to have Mars squaring Pluto. Not tightly, but enough so that could be violent. And because of the personalities involved, does it have to happen? No. Can it? Yes. And we also have Mercury conjunct Pluto, so intense language. Intense. It could be transformational, which is the inauguration, or it could be dominating, controlling, manipulating, and with the Mars square, angry, raging, this kind of thing. So could there be violence? Yes, there could. Does there have to be? No, does not have to be. We also have Venus trining Mars, which is really cool. At, let's see, Venus is at 26 Sag, and Mars is at 29 Aries, which flips Aries Taurus. So that could be loving and caring and wonderful. So we've got that happening also, and we still have that amazing Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius. And when we had the grand conjunction on the winter solstice, December 21st, 2020, at 0 degrees, the Jupiter and the Saturn at 0 degrees Aquarius, the first time it was so close in 800 years. Many people have felt this really is the launch of the so-called New Age, the Aquarian Age. This is the time for us to really be, us meaning humans and whomever, really be humanitarian, really creating new ways if we haven't yet, really getting rid of old restrictions. And just because something's existed a long time doesn't mean it's a restriction. It could be wonderful. The Earth's existed for a long time. It's wonderful. But restrictions, repressions, those have to go, and creating a new open way. And the Aquarians, that age, things are done in groups. And have you noticed how we're doing, everything is done in groups. Facebook groups, all this stuff is groups. It's groups. And so we don't want to become the Borg, where we don't have individual liberty and say so, and just become mindless robots. That's the negative. The positive is in group energy we get things done. And group energy is generally not motivated by intelligence, it's motivated by emotion. So my suggestion for that day, and I'm invited to be on a Zoom, which is sort of, this particular one is kind of like a town meeting for positivity. I will probably be on it. Do your prayers, do your intentions, use the law of attraction, that we have positive outcome, positive, peaceful, good for all of us, like that. And some people have gotten nervous about a word called socialism. To me, socialism, we have moderate socialism already, social security, welfare, even banks. This country rescued the banks, rescued the car industry. That's socialism. That is commercial socialism. So don't be afraid of the word. We're still a democracy, which is different than being a tyranny. That anything won't work. If all we had was capitalism, if that's all we had, only some people would have and others would not. Period. That never works. Some people are more go-getters than others. Some of us are creators. Some of us are thinkers. We need to have space for all of that to enhance all of who we are, which is why one of the reasons these different forms of economic, those are economic systems, they're not governmental systems, don't get them confused, are important to be used properly. So with a putting away of the ephemeris, Happy New Year. So what could you do now to create your year? The beginning of the year, preferably the first, but it's okay, it's the second, it's the beginning of the year, and we're still riding the full moon. We had the full moon on the 30th at 8 degrees Cancer, so it's only the first, so the energy is still there. So allow that. It's emotional, Cancer, okay, and caring and nurturing. Write down what your intentions, your desires, your plans might be. You don't have to write a whole business plan, although if that's your ability, do it. I made lists and I've sent out intentions. Write what it is you want, what it is you're going to put energy into. It could have to do with a partner. Oh, get a partner also that you can bounce ideas back and forth with throughout the year. Somebody to help keep you on track and you help keep them on track lovingly. You can have guidelines as to how you're going to do that and you report to them. There's a law called Pearson, P-E-A-R-S-O-N apostrophe S, Pearson's Law. And what it says is when you keep track of what you're doing, when you report the results, when you see that your effectiveness goes higher and higher and higher. So report and track this. I wrote it down in my agenda book, and the company sent me an incorrect agenda book. I will get the correct one. Meanwhile, it is written down. We are going to have a new administration, whether it's who you wanted or didn't want, or you voted for them or you didn't vote for them. My original candidates were not these candidates. I mean, I wanted Elizabeth Warren. I mean, I still love Stacey Abrams. But yes, Joe Biden is a very decent person. And Kamala Harris, a seriously smart woman. And I love it that she's a blend of different racial backgrounds. To me, she's part Indian from India. She's part black. She's not totally black. I take one look at her and it's obvious to me. I've seen a lot of multiracial people. I have a biracial daughter. I created that with my ex. I feel she's part white. She's Jamaican. She's from India. She calls herself now Asian. I didn't know India was considered part of Asia, so that was like, oh really? That's a learning thing. And she has a white Jewish husband. So that's a whole cross-section. Oh, and she's Christian. So that's a whole lot of stuff. Joe Biden is white male. His wife is white female. And she's a doctor, okay, in education. I don't remember exactly what her degree is. So we've got very, very smart people with a heart in the administration. So be clear about what you would like changed from what we've just come from. I intend to find a way to be working with people involved with the climate because I have a whole lot of ideas I would like to see put into place to help halt climate change. Which, by the way, you don't fight climate change. You don't battle or what do you do? It's ridiculous. You take actions that shift climate change. And as much as possible, you do it from a peaceful place within yourself. So what do you want? Do you want more money? Do you want less money? Do you want more success? What does that mean to you? Do you want a life partner? Do you want a here and now partner? Do you want to get something straight with your health? Do you want to do something about your family? Do you want to move? What is important for you? Feel it, see it, vision it, allow it, draw it, do something to make it real, even writing down the notes. Discuss it with somebody, make it tangible. If you like making little figurines, do that. If you like making a design on a computer, do that, do something. Right now, I'm working on my ISM course. The 2 courses I have out already are my Morph Course and my Sex Course. And in case you don't know what that means, the first course is Morph into the Magic of Self-Love, Soul, Essence Self, and Ego Personality Self. And when you complete the course, they're all 6 weeks online courses. Guarantee, if you do the course as it's designed to be done, which means at minimum, listening to the half-hour audio you get every day and doing what it says. You also get 2 videos a week in that one and plenty of enrichment written material. And you will, when you complete the Morph Course, really have an enhanced love relationship with yourself and in the world. Sex Course is called Sexuality, Sensuality, Spirituality, Stupendous Sex. Your Intimacy, Healing, Exuberance Course. How many people have issues there? Do you? Would you like to be released and free of them? Take that course. And that course also, you have to listen to the audio every day. It's always a different audio, not the same one. And do what it says, and you will have enhanced comfort and ease with your own healthy sexuality, whatever that may be, but your healthy sexuality, as well as be more comfortable in the world with that. The current course that I'm putting together is called, what am I calling it? Ism Freedom. Be free of the causes and effects of racism, sexism, other isms. And I'd like to launch, I'm declaring it, and it'll be that we launch on March 21st on the spring equinox. I'm still putting it together, and my techie guy, Don Cole, would have to then digitalize it. Let's just say there's a lot more to go right now. The guarantee of this course is, and you will get a half-hour audio every day, and videos and some other stuff, and all the enrichment material, and there is plenty, okay? You don't have to do it all. You get to keep the course. You can do it over and over and over. Anyway, you will be way more at peace with whatever in the world you may be, and whatever isms may have come your way or that you perpetuated. You will be a lot more free of that and be more at ease with all kinds of other people. So you can register in advance, and there is a financial savings. My courses are $600. If you register in advance for this one, the others are ongoing already, it's $500 or $495 if you really need me to do that, okay? Let me know. 1-888-757-3223. AudryeNow, AudryeNow @gmail. So make sure that you're celebrating yourself. Every day something. And celebrate wisely. Even if you're acknowledging, make sure you're giving gratitudes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Giving thanks. In terms of the COVID vaccine, right now, I'm not yet comfortable with any of that. I'm not getting one. At some point, maybe I will. I'm not now. I am a super healthy woman, and I am mainly home. Right now, about the only going out I'm doing is my morning walk under the trees. And I do have my mask for when I'm near people. One of those, KN95s, NK95s. I've got those. And if you want to know where to get them, I got 50 of them for $59, which is a great price from shoplet.com, shoplet.com. So go for it. And that's where I get my office supplies yearly and throughout the year. And make sure you're boosting your immune system. Make sure you're eating healthfully. You all know, and if you don't, that I'm a Kangen water distributor. I keep it in my blue bottle, see, blue bottle. And that will up-level your frequency. Dr. Corinne Allen calls it high voltage water. The water doesn't heal, it doesn't cure, it doesn't diagnose. It does alkalinize It does. It does help your body release acid waste and a whole lot of other stuff, and then your body will do what it's designed to do and often release many diseases, including cancer. There are others. Make sure you are eating real food. I totally recommend organic. At least 1 or 2 days of plant-based, if you like that word better, every week. I'm a long-time vegetarian. I've been vegetarian for how many years now? 46 years. So, and I've been mostly raw vegan, for about 13 years. I'd have to look to see when I started, something like that. And let me tell you how strong and healthy you become that way. And in drinking this water and meditating, praying, putting oneself in position to do the work you're here to do. And it's still a challenge. I'd like to tell you it's not, but it certainly can be. But then you take it in a flow. And you know, sorry, I have this fuzzy here. And you get it done. Don't force. Don't push. Now and then a little, but don't. Just go in the flow. That's the energy right now. And even organic food, if you don't know, has pesticides on it. So we have a water in the SD501 machine that washes off pesticides. I mean, we have a water that kills viruses and bacteria. That's a 2.5, and the 11.5 washes off pesticides. If you'd like more information, which I highly recommend, go to AudryeNowWater.com. AudryeNow, water, WATER.com. So what are some of the things you can make sure you're creating or having happen or embracing this year? Love for yourself, honoring yourself, creating and maintaining fabulous friendships, healing any junk that might be there, letting go what might need to be let go, being in touch with family. If there are toxic members and you are not yet able to heal it, give it its space. If you're the toxic member, make sure you're checking yourself out. Get some help. That's the work I do. I am a healer, a clairvoyant. I do readings. I will be shown stuff, and you will be helped. Make sure when you're picking people to hang out with or to study or to vote for, that they're a high-level quality. Make sure they have integrity. And don't tell me that every this or every that, all of them suck. No, that's not the case. There are decent people everywhere. Perfect, not so much. In our source center we are. Can be. And give space for someone to quote-unquote make a mistake. And when they clean it up and acknowledge it, that's a plus. That's not weakness, that's strength. So acknowledge this. Acknowledge this. Look into how's your own integrity, your own impeccability. I promise that I've been promising to send out my Instagrams every day. I'm still not always doing that, so I'm still apologizing and catching up. So understand that. Take responsibility for the choices and the decisions that you make. What are you learning from them? The good, the bad, the indifferent. How are you correcting any that might be negative? Correct them. Don't hide. Don't sit in embarrassment or guilt. Nobody needs that. You don't need that. Correct them. Acknowledge them. State to a friend or a family member or wherever it is that's appropriate what it is you learned and what might need to be done. And then forgive yourself. An amazing healer named David Markowitz years back in New York gave me the definition for forgiveness, which is being free of the negative effects of anything anyone, including yourself, did or did not do to you, for you, or around you. When you do that and you've got that freedom within yourself and you're free, that's forgiveness. If you haven't done that and you're still at the effect of any of this stuff, you haven't forgiven. A lot of people say, oh, I forgave, but they didn't. They're still in misery. They're fooling themselves. They're fooling themselves. A word on abortion. I am mega pro-choice because the idea of a woman not being able to get a safe pregnancy termination, and then, as they did years ago, harming themselves by sticking objects in their body, that's just no. Do I like abortion? No, I don't. I would much prefer universal free contraception in this country and globally. Then, if somebody wants to get pregnant, then they stop doing the contraception and can do so. So ladies, let me tell you, men too, be responsible about baby making. I'm not telling you how many to make, although I recommend 2, maybe 3. My daughter made more, but that was her choice. And she's doing, and my son-in-law, a fabulous job as mom and dad. I have the best grandchildren. I know, you may have the best also. For me, I have the best. You have the best for you. Okay? So I'm going to close now. Wish you blessings. My name is Audrey, Audrye. My website is AudryeNow, AudryeNow.com. We are updating the art in it. You could see more of my art at Easton Art Galleries, EastonArtGalleries.com/profile/AudryeArbe, AudryeArbe. My Kangen water site is AudryeNowWater.com. Follow me on Instagram. Find any of my Facebook pages. I don't look at them much. I'm sorry. I post on my regular one. I'm not the genius yet with social media. I may never be, but I do post on my Instagram, and it's instagram.com/ guess what? AudryeNow, AudryeNow. You can reach me at 1-888-757-3223. If you know my cell number, use it. And many blessings. Happy New Year. Bye. See you next week. Spread this around. Share. Thank you. Bye-bye.